So this is the Settlers. They're doing this sort of closed beta, but basically anyone can get in just by applying. So what we're going to do is look at one of these tutorials. I played through all of them and just give you a feeling of what the game is like. Again, this is the Settlers. It's coming out here in a couple months. It looks pretty close to finalized. So let's do look at the production one. It's a remake of Surf City or the Settlers, the original Settlers, with a major graphics upgrade, and I think it has most of the feeling of the original, although it's hard to tell without the campaign mode and the single player stuff. So looking at buildings resources, so they have some really nice looking buildings here. Again, we'll be filming this in 4K. You have all your normal resources, and actually the resources are similar to what I remember, except for you don't have separate tools for everything. And then in this one, we have to collect stone, so we have to find a stone deposit, which is right up here, and we have to delete a tower, which is, we can do that. So you go under here, delete the tower. Now, these towers are defensive. One thing I will say is that I kind of miss the original feel of the original Settlers, where the combat was secondary. In this game, I think combat plays more of a primary role compared to the original Settlers, although it did become a bigger part of the game in the later parts of the series. So we have to, you can build it manually, or you can actually right-click on these and enable auto-build for your engineers. I don't know why they don't have that enabled by default in the tutorial, but I guess it's just to teach you how to do things. And then, do we have any? I guess we don't have any. We don't even have any weapons in this one, so we can't do combat. But combat is a much bigger deal in this game. There's also the exploring. I mean, there's the same sort of border. I think like Settlers 2, where you increase your borders by bringing a surveyor or whatever. They're called engineers now, to a place, and they're going to expand your border. Works very similar here. They also have the same geologist sort of stuff. Now, if we look at this, they don't have these enabled in this tutorial, but we have a logging camp, a sawmill, a quarry, a residence. So there's like a population counter up here that you have to use. I guess we had residences in the original one, if I remember right. Fisherman's hut, which is very similar, except for one major difference here is that mines work without food, but you can bring food to buildings and mines to speed them up. We have a farm, which produces wheat, a windmill, which produces flour from wheat, a bakery, which produces bread, all the same things, a ranch, which produces either meat or donkeys, a hunter's cabin, which will collect meat, and a forager's hut, which will collect berries. I think that's maybe from the second one. I don't remember. And then now we have a stone mine, coal mine, iron mine, and gold mine, which are your three types of mines. And we actually finished the tutorial. So let me go into the combat tutorial, so we can actually take a look at combat as well, since that was so fast. And we'll take a look at some of these other buildings while we're doing this. So these tutorials are very simplified. I think it kind of gets the heart of each of the mechanics of the game, teaches people how to play. I do like how the graphics look. I will say it feels more like an RTS than I like at this point. So you can select units like that. Here's your army. They also, this is actually good. You can, by going up here, you can right click and select all the military units on the screen. So if you have units on the screen, it'll select all of them, and then you can move them around. I guess we have to send them to the marked area, which is over here. And then we're going to have a fight. So we have to attack. So you can attack move, like in any RTS game. And again, these are pretty standard controls and pretty standard combat. I think the units look pretty decent in this game. The combat feels kind of like, let's see here, ritualists. Heal your units before the attack, so you have this healing spell, which is Z. Okay, yep, ritualist. So you have to, and I think that's maybe even from settlers too. I don't remember. We got to do the attack, but before we do that, let's actually look at the rest of the buildings. So we were looking at this. So we have gold mine, which is again now gem mines. I think are new. They're used to purchase units, like more special units. We have a furnace, which produces coal, or which produces iron bars from coal and iron. We have a blacksmith, which produces weapons. And then if we go over here, we have a tool maker, which produces tools, which is just the hammer, unlike in the original, which had, I mean, I will say that was kind of an annoyance in the original, is that you had like 10 different types of tools, and you had to make each one. It does, I think that's a good change. Guild Hall, which is going to recruit your engineers. A mint, which is going to produce your coins, which you need for research. Harbor, which is going to allow you to trade resources for gold, or pay gold for other resources. A warehouse is going to expand your settlement just like other warehouses. I do miss the castle from Settlers 1. I thought that was really cool. And I honestly have fond memories of the combat with the little guys fighting each other outside the towers and gaining territory based on the towers that you collected. And Coachmaker, which I think gives you upgraded donkeys with a wagon. I'm not exactly sure. Here we have Training Ground, which is going to be your basic units, your archers, your warriors, and your kind of defensive unit. Shady Tavern, which produces, or which recruits your alchemists and your artillery, I guess, in this game. A Shrine, which is where you're going to recruit the ritualists. Quarry, which is going to collect your stone. Actually, let's go back. Shrine Academy, which is going to do your research, and you have a tower and a bastion. So tower is more, or bastion's more repair focus. Tower is going to be your attack focused one, and then a scarecrow is going to help you with more defense. So let's go and finish this combat, and we can see how that works in this. So this is just your regular move, and if you want to do an attack move, whoops, do that and right click. We'll move in, and then your guys will just kind of handle things. Okay. So now we're going to go up and take out this building. We're going to have to do some... There's a little bit of micro with the healing, I feel like, in this. Let's see if we can actually take these out. So these towers are quite hard, I think, if I remember right. Yeah, we're not actually going to be able to kill these. So...
Our army is under attack.
Let's take a look at what else. So... we actually lost in this one. So probably you need a bigger army or be better at microwing than I am in order to defeat that encounter. So we'll leave this one. And then I think you might even be able to sign up still for this thing. If not, the game's going to be out real soon. But you'll be able to play 1v1 and 2v2. You can do PvP or casual versus AI. I think the games are a little bit too long for player versus player. Unless you're both rushing. And then you might as well just play StarCraft. So I think the casual, where you kind of play 2 versus computer, and maybe if there's like different computer difficulties, that could be fun in the real game. And I don't know what Onslaught is. Maybe it's like infinite enemies, you just try to survive for a long time. So they've definitely spent some time on the skirmish. One thing I kind of wish it had is like a more complicated production line. I think that would have added something to the game where you had more things to transport and build into. But, you know, I think it's a good-looking game. I don't know how it's going to do. I think that the RTSs are with Age of Empires 4 have kind of made a little bit of a comeback, and we'll have to see on this game. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and please subscribe, and please take a look at our other videos. Thank you.